Hello dear students, I am Sahana Prasad from Department of Commerce, Gopal Swami PU College, Mysore. Welcome to accountancy class. In today's session, let's continue with chapter 4, that is recording of business transaction 2. This is session 5. In today's session, let us do a problem based on entering the transactions into various subsidiary books. In previous session, we did a problem based on subsidiary books, that is posting to purchase book, purchase return book, and posting them to ledger account, and entering the transactions into sales book, sales return, and posting them into ledger account. In this session, let's do a problem based on posting the transactions into various proper subsidiary books. In this problem, there are various transactions where you have to identify whether you write it in purchase book or purchase return book or sales book or sales return book. Here there is no need to post these transactions into ledger account. ಈ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ನ ಓದಿ ನೀವು ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಯಾವ ಸಬ್ಸಿಡರಿ ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಂಟರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ವೆದರ್ ಯು ರೈಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಬುಕ್ ಆರ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಬುಕ್, ಸೇಲ್ಸ್ ಬುಕ್ ಆರ್ ಸೇಲ್ಸ್ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಬುಕ್. So now let's start with the problem. From the following transactions, prepare proper subsidiary books. 2017 July 1st, goods sold to Sachin 5,000. So in this transaction you have to enter into sales book because you are selling goods to Sachin worth rupees 5,000. On July 4th, purchase from Kushal Traders 2,480. This you have to record it in purchases book. On July 6th, sold goods to Manish Traders 2,100. You record it in sales book because you are selling goods to Manish Traders. On July 7th, Sachin returned goods because on July 1st you have sold goods to Sachin. Now he is returning goods, means this is sales return worth rupees 600. You should record it in sales return book. On July 8th, return to Kushal Traders. On July 4th, we had purchased from Kushal Traders. Now we are returning, means this is purchase return worth rupees 280. You have to record this transaction in purchase return book. On July 10th, sold to Mukesh. This is sales. So this you have to record it in sales book worth rupees 3,300. On July 14th, purchased from Kunal Traders. This is transaction related to purchase worth rupees 5,200. You have to record it in purchases book. On July 15th, purchased furniture from Tarun 3,200. Here you have purchased furniture. This is an asset. Here you do not enter in these transaction into any of these subsidiary books. This transaction you record it in journal proper. Even though you have purchased furniture on credit, this is an asset, we record it in journal proper. 17th, bought of Naresh. This is purchase 4,060. On July 20th, return to Kunal Traders. See, we had purchased goods from Kunal Traders on 14th. Now we are returning to Kunal Traders, means this is purchase return. And on 20th, return inwards from Mukesh. Return inwards means this is sales return. This is rupees 250. See, we had sold to Mukesh, right? Now he is returning, means it has to be sales return. On 24th, purchase goods from Kirit and Company for list price of 5,700 less 10% trade discount. This you have to record it in purchases book after deducting trade discount of 10%. On 25th, sold goods to Sri Chand less 5% trade discount. This is again sales book. We have to record it this in sales book. On 26th, sold to Ramesh Brothers. Again we are selling goods. This we have to record it in sales book. On 28th, return outwards to Kirit and Company less 10% trade discount. We had purchased goods from Kirit and Company. Now we are returning, means this is purchase return. On 28th, Ramesh Brothers return goods. We had sold goods to Ramesh Brothers on 26th. Now they are returning, means this is sales return. Now we have to record this transaction in sales return book. So this is the problem. Now first let us do let us enter the transactions into purchase book and purchase return book, and later we shall enter the transactions into sales book and sales return book. Now here let us see, on July 4th we had purchased from Kushal Traders worth rupees 2,480. 2017 July 4th, Kushal Traders, we had purchased goods worth rupees 2,480. Next, on 14th, purchased from Kunal Traders worth rupees 5,200. On July 14th, we had purchased goods from Kunal Traders, that is 5,200. Next, on 17th, bought of Naresh. From Naresh, we had purchased goods, that is, on 17th, we had purchased goods from Naresh worth rupees 4,060. And on 24th, we had purchased goods from Kirit and Company. On 24th, we had purchased goods from Kirit and Company. Here they are offering a discount. 5,700 worth goods ನಾವು ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಅವರು ಡಿಸ್ಕೌಂಟ್ ಕೂಡ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ 5,700 ಅಲ್ಲಿ 10% ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಇಟ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಟು 570. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಐ ಸಬ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ 5,700 from 570, I get 5,130. So you know 5,700 ಮೇಲೆ 10% ಡಿಸ್ಕೌಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ it comes to 570. So if I subtract 570 from 5,700, I get 5,130. So these are the transactions which comes in purchase book. So now we have to total this. So the total comes to 16,870. So the total of purchases book comes to 16,870. So this is purchase book. Now let us enter the transactions in purchase return book. You can see on 8th July, return to Kushal Traders. Kushal Traders, we have returned goods worth rupees 280. You have to record this in amount column. And on 20th, we have returned to Kunal Traders worth rupees Kunal Traders, we had returned goods worth rupees 200. And on 28th, we had returned goods to Kirit and Company. See, on 28th, return outwards to Kirit and Company, less 10% trade discount. From Kirit and Company, we are returning goods on 20th for less 10% trade discount worth rupees 1,000. So 1,000 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು 10% discount ನ subtract ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. 10% discount ಅಂದರೆ it comes to 100. So from 1,000 if I subtract 100, it comes to 900. So 900 worth goods ನ ನಾವು ವಾಪಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. So these are the transaction which comes in purchase return book. Now the total comes to, so this is purchases book and purchase return book. So now next let us enter the transactions into sales book and sales return book. Now let us see the transactions. On 2017 July 1st, we have sold goods to Sachin worth rupees 5,000. So here we have to record Sachin's name worth rupees 5,000. On 6th, we have sold goods to Manish Traders. Manish Traders worth rupees 2,100. On 10th, we have sold goods to Mukesh worth rupees 3,300. Next is sold goods to Sri Chand, less 5% trade discount on 25th. So on 25th, goods worth rupees 6,600 they have sold and they have offered a discount. So if we calculate a discount on 6,600 worth of 5%, we get 330. So if I subtract 6,600 from 330, see, on 25th, we had sold goods to Shri Chand worth rupees 6,600 and we are giving 5% discount. Discount comes to 330. If I subtract 6,600 from 330, I get 6,270. On 26th, we had sold goods to Ramesh Brothers worth rupees 4,000. So if I total this, I get 20,670. So these are the transactions which we enter in sales book. Now let us enter the transaction into sales return book. On July 7th, Sachin returned goods worth rupees 600. On July 7th, Sachin returned goods worth rupees 600. So we have to record it in sales return book. 22nd, return inwards from Mukesh, that is 250. Return inwards means sales return 250. We have to record it in sales return book. And on 28th, Ramesh Brothers returned goods worth rupees 500. So these are the transactions which were related to sales return book. So if I total this, I get 1,350. So this is sales book and sales return book. So in this session, I have explained a problem based on posting the transactions into various subsidiary books, that is purchases book, purchase return book, sales book and sales return book. In these cases, it is not necessary to post these transactions into ledger accounts. So they will not ask you to post these into ledger accounts. They will only ask you to post to the enter the transaction into various subsidiary books. So and I hope you have understood today's session. Thank you.